too early. I'm excited. I feel like falling in love. Hey guys, what's up, Star Fam? I know it's been a minute. But you guys know that I'm out in LA, trying to do my thing. I actually have a show tonight, so I can't be on here as long as we, normally do. But I needed to come on here because we had to talk about this. And if I did not talk about it today, I just would not have any time the rest of the week to talk about it. So here we go. How are we doing? How are we doing? Let me set my timer. Because if I don't set my timer, I'm going to get in trouble. Let me set my timer for... Yeah, that's what we'll do. Period. How's everybody doing tonight? Or afternoon, wherever you are. Hey, Greta, how are you? RQ said, finally, the notifications are working for me. Hey, Nikki. Hey, RQ. Question mark said, Nikki, where you been? Missed you. Well, yeah, I hope I explained it clearly in the beginning. You guys know that, like, when I came back to LA, it was for work. So my schedule has just not been conducive, right, for the lives. So I've been trying to do some recorded videos, and I know that's not the thing for us, but I do thank you all for engaging in the recorded reviews, because I like to do those so that I can keep up. It piles up when I can't keep up. And I just don't like being so far behind. So if I can't do a live, I'll do a recorded review, but the lives are priority. Hey, Dr. M. Hey, Black Lavender. Joy said, hey, Nikki. Hey, Star Fam. Been a long day at work. So far, very happy to catch this live. Yay. Love the headscarf, Nikki. Thank you. It was a last minute thing because, your girl is setting her hair for her show tonight. And natural hair, I can't play with her. So I'm not releasing her until like 15 minutes before showtime. Hey, Amira, how are you? Hey, Sierra. Hey, Virgo. Virgo said, I've been so down. Got this notification. I'm now smiling. How are we doing? Happy Thanksgiving. Oh, thank you for being here, Virgo. How are you doing? I pray that you're doing so much better now, and I hope that we can give you some laughs. Layla said, can't wait to hear your review. Thank you. Hey, Kiki. Hey, Leah B. Said, have you guys YouTube been shutting itself down? My YouTube has been acting up, and I've been mainly like catching up on shows on my TV. Like I watch YouTube on my TV. So I have been having issues with that. I just thought it was my TV, but apparently we're all having that issue. Hey, Shawnette. Shawnette said, hey, everyone, happy holidays. Happy holidays, guys. We are in the holiday crunch because nobody wants to be back to work. Nobody wants to be doing anything. Like my cast members for the show that we're doing tonight, everybody was like coming back to rehearsals after having a few days off of Thanksgiving. They were just like, this is the worst feeling ever, because you're just like, you're in vacation mode, like holiday vacation mode at this point. But we're going to kill it tonight. So I'm not worried about that. But we all were in this place, like this groggy space of like a few more days. Hey, Emma said, me, I don't know. It's Gizzard Neck and Rob really going to turn on her big time. They did this episode. Oh my goodness. Hey, Dolce Delicious said, hey guys, hope everyone had a great day. Had a good day. Hey, El Michelle, are we really about to start? I would like the company on the ride home. Well, we're here. We are here. Hey, Santino, how are you? I'm so happy to see you too. What's up, Shad Pearl? I don't know why we're acting like it's been a year, but I missed you. I miss you. Oh, guys, I want to be on vacation for a minute. I want to be on vacation for a grip. So you'll be seeing me. So don't get sick of me. Don't be like, Nikki, you back again? Yep, I'm back again. And I might be back again for another live on multiple days. So you never know. I got time now. And so much stuff is happening with these freaking shows. So much. I'm piling so much information. And I'm just like, we're just going to be talking all day. talking all day while I'm wrapping gifts and baking cookies. Hey, Eva. Eva said, yeah, Nikki, you're about to make my last hour of work the best. Oh, I love that. I love that because this is what I used to do when I worked in an office. I used to watch like YouTube reviews to like get me through the day. So we've come full circle. Thank you, Eva. Hey, Alicia, from one beauty to another. Hey, Tia Via, what's up? Hey, love like you are. Oh, it's hump day. Ciao. Hey, sup, people. You're right on time. You're right on time. Black Lavender said, them John Hopkins disclaimer that me week. They wanted to make sure they had nothing to do with that mess. I appreciate that. A lot of people said that they thought it was shady, but I wouldn't be surprised if Wendy put that in as well. Just, because she did bring up the show, but she brought up the show, but she brought up John Hopkins while she was arguing with somebody who later assaulted her. I can see them not wanting to be involved in that. And I can see Wendy saying that just to, keep her relationship strong with John Hopkins. So I understand that. JG said, I'm sorry, but I found Bigfoot Mia antics kind of entertaining because she was so cringe and unaware in a Kelly B type of way. Yes, very unaware. Very unaware. Hey, Pepe, you didn't. We are here. We are here. Tracy said, come on in the room, Star Family. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share because you care, and hit that notification. Yes, please like, my loves. Please like. Hey, Missy, how are you? We missed you too. Hey, Amira. Amira said, will you briefly be talking about last week's episode since it's been so crazy long with this week's episode? Yes, I'm going to start with that one. And the only thing I'm going to talk about is the fight. That's pretty much it. I don't want to go through the whole thing since we have this crazy episode to get through too. Hey, IA. Me too. I've been waiting to get to you guys. Oh, thank you. It's Latasha. Well, just so you know, guys, I'm going to have a break for a minute. So I'll be able, I'll be doing lives for a while. In the new year, I go back to performing. So performing regularly. So a few my lives are going to be broken up, and I'm going to have probably more recorded than lives. That's just how my schedule is going to be for a while. I'm going to try my best. Oh, thank you. This was a last minute thing. Hey, crazy homebody girl. So triggered and so stressed. I miss having fun with these shows. Where is the fun? And I'm like, what's the next Housewife show that's going to come up, right? Because I'm just like, this show is just stressing me out. What's the next one that's coming up? And the next show that's coming up is The Real Housewives of New Jersey. We're just going to be stressed out for the rest of the year. For the rest of the year, these housewife shows are going to stress us out. And I feel like they have forgotten what they serve, the purpose that they serve for the viewers. This was a fun, just an hour getaway of time for us when we watch this show. Now, y'all are stressing us out and triggering us every episode. Thank you, Audrey. I've missed you guys too. Hey, Shan. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Let me get two more. Well, three, and then we'll get into it. Thank you, Deborah. Hey, Spiced and Sauce said, welcome back, my girl. Been holding my breath for this review. I hope you don't give these heifers too much grace because they got me hot. No, we're going to go in. What's up, Latoya and Co? Thank you for being here. Hey, Tony. Hey, Rozelle. How are you guys? Hey, Kai. Hey, Elise. How are you? Hey, Yasmin. Oh, gosh. That trip is going to be a mess. Oh, wait. It's Miami? I thought it was Jersey. I don't watch Miami. Should I watch Miami, guys? I just was not interested in that cast at all. But let me know if I should watch it. Let me know. So toxic. Such a toxic family. Hey, Elise, thank you so much for the super chat. Elise said, at this point, we just need a farewell season for every single franchise. I don't know what they need to do. I don't know, because I feel like the network gives these shows notes, and I don't think they take it. These shows need to be fun. They're not fun anymore. They are not fun anymore. Drewski, yes! Now we can start. Drewski is here. Drewski said, popping in quickly before I miss part of this on the travel home. These last two episodes have really shown how colorism is the true OG of Potomac. I remember somebody on Twitter saying that colorism is the fifth housewife on Potomac. And I'm like, yes, it's very true. Very, very true. Thank you so much, Drewski. And Elise, I'm so sorry I didn't give you the cha-ching. I can't find my clicker for some reason. I think I packed it. Child. Oh, did I leave it in Atlanta? I left it in Atlanta. Sorry. Cha-ching. Thank you, Elise. Thank you. Girl, me too. I was about to become a full-time YouTuber, and nothing is wrong with that, right? I am going to continue to keep this up because I love the audience that we have created here. But this is what I love to do. I went to school for it. I, changed my life for this. And so it feels good to see, the fruits of your labor coming to fruition. So yes, but I'll still be here. YouTube. I'm not going nowhere. And I agree. That's one of the cities that I feel like they should go to. Hey, Anthony. Anthony said, watching this as my car has broken down the side of the road. Pray for me. Yes. Yes, Anthony, we are going to pray for you. I'm so sorry. Lord, please let Anthony get home safe. I am so sorry, Anthony, but thank you for stopping by. Thank you. Oh, we're 200? I haven't even been checking. We are 200 away, guys, from 15K. Wow. Look at us. Look at us. Tracy said it helps the channel grow. We're looking to get to 2 million by the end of the year. We can do it. We can do it. Hey, Make It Make Sense. Me and Make It Make Sense are collabing soon and very soon. And it'll be when I'm on vacation. So we got time. Make It Make Sense says somebody call Spike Lee. Maybe he can explain colorism to the green-eyed goblins. I don't think so. I do not think so. Anthony, please keep me posted because now I'm worried. Please keep me posted. All right, let's get into it. Let's start off with last week's episode. The only thing I really wanted to talk about was the fight. Mia needs to go. Her violence is escalating, right? She's escalating. Last season, she threw the salad at Candace. Everybody thought that it was funny because, a lot of the fan base at that time didn't like Candace. But now, well, look where we are. And I will say that I have been seeing a lot of people say that they're now able to see the Potomac Karens for who they really are now, because Candace is not responding, not matching their energy, right? And I think what people don't realize, what they're saying is that you can now see how awful the green-eyed goblins, the Karens, the alabaster demons of Potomac are now, because Candace is not fighting back, right? So to me, that translate with, I can see the abuse that you are enduring now because you are no longer standing up for yourself. And I feel like, as a dark-skinned woman, that's saying to me that if I'm in something with somebody who was lighter, you won't be able to see it because you'll immediately just go to me being the violent one because I'm defending myself. So the only way you can see that somebody who is lighter is harming me, or somebody who you value over me because of the deepness of my melanin, the only way you can see that person is if I am allowing myself to be harmed. And that's just not cool with me. I can't, there's no other way for me to interpret that, right? Because to say that, oh, since she's not matching their energy or defending herself, and since she's, calmer about her response now, we're policing how she should respond to people who mistreat her. Since she's handling it in a way where I feel like I now feel safe that this darkie is not being aggressive and scary, now I can see her. If I feel like you're saying, if she's not responding back, then you can see her humanity. And that just rubs me the wrong way. It really does. And I think that people are saying it with the best intentions, but I'm hearing something else. So I get, that now the fan base can see, the Karens for who they are, but I'm like, I hate that the only way you can see it is if Candace is just not matching their energy, or if she's so, beat down from what's happening, or trying to respond in a different way so that you can finally see her humanity and what's happening to her. I'm just not okay with that. I'm not okay with her having to adjust who she is so that you can see somebody harming her. You should be able to see the person harming her from the beginning. And I feel like if you can't see her being harmed, it's because you're looking at her through a white supremacist lens. Period. That's just where I'm at with that. But we can move on. But that's just where I'm at with that, because I'm like, how can you not? How are you just now seeing this? That's crazy to me. But I'm glad that she has the fan base on her side. But I'm like, well, anyway, back to Mia. I think that she needs to go. Her violence has escalated on this show. The throwing of the salad at Candace, to me, was just wrong. Then we get here. Not only did she throw a drink on Wendy because Wendy responded to her throwing a drink, she took her purse and almost hit that woman. If the security would not have pulled her back, and if Wendy would not have ducked, that purse would have connected with that woman's skull. She has to go. She has to go. She cannot be on this show, because if she's allowed to remain on the show, then we have now painted Potomac as the violent show, right? This is now Mob Wives, because at this point, we are allowing the housewives to assault other housewives. Like, this is what we're going to allow if she remains on this show. And the thing that bothers me is that Monique decided not to come back. She was asked back and she said no, right? I feel like even if, we all like Monique and like what she did on the show, I think the minute you put your hands on a coworker, that's it. That's it. And I cannot imagine, you know what? I'm lying, because I was about to say, I cannot imagine them allowing this on Beverly Hills. But then I immediately thought about Lisa Rinna breaking that wine glass and about to cut Kim Richards' neck. So I just, maybe, we're at the point where where these shows are just violent and we just have to deal with it. But I don't know. For me, Mia has to go, because like, what's next? What's next? Because if the security wasn't there and if Wendy didn't duck, that purse would have connected with that woman's skull. And then what? And like, then what would be next? For me, she has to go. It was wrong. I don't understand where her beef is with Wendy. I don't get it. I'm trying to think back to last season, and I'm like, what is the beef that has you to the point where you want to assault her? Like, how do you get there that quickly when you were poking the bear? Like, you were going after her, telling her business, trying to make her seem broke or whatever, or unreliable. Before she even got there, you were plotting against her and Candace for what? Giving them the worst rooms for what? Like, I just do not understand why she does not like Candace or Mia. I don't get it. And if I assume why she doesn't like her, it doesn't look good for her, right? So she needs to give us some reason. She needs to let the fan base know why she was so dogmatic and going against Candy, and especially Wendy this season. Like, I don't see anything. I don't know what their beef was, or if they had anything to get to this point. I don't get it. I do not get it. I do not understand, but that is where we're at. But so for me, my takeaway from last week's episode is that Mia needs to go off this show, because if she remains on the show at this point, you just have to let these ladies put on some brass knuckles and start knocking out each other's front teeth, because this is where the show is going at this point. If we're going to allow this woman to stay on the show, who, had it not been for security or the quickness of her coworker, would have assaulted her after she already assaulted her with the drink. Now, for me, even if it's a drink, any kind of fluids or whatever, for me, I take that as assault, right? Because you are throwing something on me as a means to attack me, because you can't match me in words. So you're going to throw your liquor on me. Your liquor that you've been drinking for a while. So I got your saliva is all in there. So in my mind, she spit on her. That's where I'm at. Because why would you even think to do that? Because you can't, like, that's what Wendy and Candace go through on the show all the time. Because the light-skinned Barbies can't match them in words, they get violent. And it's always excused. And I just can't take that. I cannot take that. If you cannot meet them in wit, shut up and leave them alone. Because Mia brought that mess to the table for what? For what? Like, what did you and Wendy have? Like, why did you need to do that? Because the only reason why you brought that was to embarrass her. And I don't know why Peter, since he dropping all this tea, I don't know why he didn't come to the table to say it. All he said was me and Wendy got beef, but he didn't say why. But if you're going to do all of that, then you might as well come to the table and confront Wendy yourself. I don't understand that. That was just a very weird situation to me. And I don't know if he didn't confront Wendy because, he then told Wendy some stuff about Mia. We later find out that Wendy said that Peter and G fell out because of something that Mia did with one of the girlfriends. I don't care about none of that. You know what I care about? Peter, who was that woman that you was with when y'all all went on that couples trip in 2015? Because didn't you get married to Cynthia in 2010? So who was that woman you was hugged up with? That's what I want to know, because the math ain't math and something ain't adding up. Who was that woman that had her face blurred out? Who was that? Is that why you ain't come to the table? Because I need to know. I don't care nothing about the Wendy and the deposit and the restaurant. I don't care nothing about that. Who was that woman that you was hugged up with when you were married? Cynthia don't deserve this. Cynthia don't deserve this. Anyway, let's move on to this week's episode. We got a violent Mia out of the way. Karen. I was, kind of team Karen this episode because I feel like Karen goes through this a lot on the show. Because Karen doesn't pick alliances, they try to make her the problem, but they never do that with Ashley. Ashley has no alliances, right? They never try to make her the bad guy, but for some reason, they like to make Karen the bad guy because she doesn't pick sides. And the reason why I'm partially on Karen's side is because she's saying, "Oh no, Wendy and Mia are both wrong." No, they are not. No, they are not. Mia came for Wendy, right? Wendy came back at Mia verbally. Mia escalated the situation by assaulting her with the wine and then trying to assault her. And I say trying because she missed. But if she would have connected, that was her intention. That was her intention. The security guard and Wendy ducking helped her. But her intention was to hit that woman. Mia's wrong. Mia's wrong. Mia came for Wendy. Anything that Wendy said after that was warranted, in my opinion. I don't care how low she went. She would have never went there had this woman not said anything to her. And that's another problem with Potomac. They always focus on the person, especially if the person has a darker complexion. They always focus on how that person responded to being attacked. And that kills me. How do you go after the response and not the attack? Crazy. It's absolutely crazy. So I was kind of on Karen's side because I liked the fact that she just did not pick a side, but I did not like how she was saying that both Wendy and Mia were wrong, because I don't think that Wendy was wrong in this situation. And neither does the fan base. Y'all are loving on some Dr. Wendy. It broke my heart this episode when you could hear her voice cracking after the assault from Mia. You could hear her. She was just like, before I'm all that doctor stuff, I'm Wendy. And her voice was shaking because at the end of the day, even at when all that adrenaline wears off, you realize what just happened to you. And I don't care how tough I don't care how tough anybody is. I don't care how, strong Black women are supposed to be. Stuff like that affects you. And it affected her. I think the adrenaline wore off, and she sat there and she was just like, I cannot believe this woman just humiliated me and tried to attack me. And you could hear it in her voice when she was talking to production. She was like, I want a hotel and I want to get out of here now. And I was with her on that one. Speaking of Karen being in the middle and the women trying to make her the bad guy, I don't get this with Robin and Giselle. Giselle leads this and Robin always follows. But they do this to Karen a lot. They do it to her a lot. I don't know why you know what? I just thought about it. I think they wanted Karen to pick a side, the side of Mia, because that's the side that they're on. For some reason, it's like y'all don't like Karen. Y'all go after her, but then y'all want her to side with you when you decide that you're going to go after somebody, right? Because for me, this episode is very obvious that, the Green-Eyed Bandits sat down with Mia and made Wendy the target, Wendy and Candace the target this season, because then you also have Karen on her Twitter saying that she feels as if they all sat down and planned out these targets this season because she said it all just seems targeted. Like none of it is making sense why they're going after Chris. None of it makes sense why they're going after Mia. It all why they're going after Wendy. It all seems targeted, and I happen to agree. But now they're targeting her because she is not picking a side. But I don't get it, right? Like it just doesn't make any sense to me why you would want her to be on your side when y'all fight with her. But I think they do this often. I don't think, I know. They do this often, right? And what they do is the same thing that they did with Monique. When they do not like somebody, all of a sudden they will align with everybody to get that person out. And then when the person that they wanted out is out of the show, then they go back to disliking the person that they use to help them get that person out. Because this is exactly what Gizelle did with Candace to get Monique off the show. And as soon as she got Monique off the show, all of a sudden, Chris is now the Harvey Weinstein of Potomac because she never really cared for Candace, but she needed to use Candace, who was close to Monique, to get Monique off the show. And that was my main issue with Monique. Aside from her assaulting Candace, that was another issue. I was just like, she can't come back. She took it too far, right? The biggest issue that I had with her, the other biggest issue that I had with her was that for the life of me, like I could not understand why she could not see that she was played, right? Even to this day, she's still talking. She's going to release a statement and say, oh, I see, what's happening to Wendy. That also happened to me. And, the ladies came together to get me off the show when I responded to somebody throwing a glass in my face. And I'm like, what is wrong with you? You can admit that you're wrong. You did all that breaking down in front of your pastor and saying that what Candace didn't do anything to warrant that. Now you're here, you backtracked right after that scene, and now you're still acting like you were right for hitting that woman. You were not right. Y'all were going back and forth verbally. You took it to the next level. And I say this as a Black woman from the Philadelphia inner city, right? I am quick to be like, listen, I come from the F around and find out city. So if you talk that, you need to be able to back it up. Absolutely how I was raised, absolutely the culture of the city that I grew up in. But I got enough wisdom to know, right, that if I'm going back and forth with somebody verbally and I feel like they beat me and I can't get with them any farther with my words and I decide to hit them, I'm wrong. I'm wrong because that person did not physically assault me. Now, did they verbally assault me? Yes. And I took it to the next level. Absolutely the culture that I was raised around, because my mom might get on here and be like, I did not raise you to be violent. You raised me in Philadelphia. Anyway, but I know I have the wherewithal to know that, I'm probably wrong. Not probably, I'm wrong for escalating it in that manner. And Monique is still to this day acting like Candace threw that wine glass at her, and that's why she hit her. Heifer, she threw that wine glass because you were pulling all her tracks and smashing her head into a table. You're crazy. I'm sorry. You are nuts. To continue, you looked at that footage. You were in that scene and you still think that what you did was in the right. Even after that, you were going around telling the production that you was going to kill that woman. And that's my problem with Bravo, right? Because you got a whole coworker, you got a whole employee saying that they're going to kill another employee and you're going to ask them back to your show. I don't want to say it, but Lanithia, anyway, let's move on. So I just don't understand how Robin and Gizelle wanted Karen to side with them after, they treat her all kinds of ways, but they wanted her to side with them because they wanted to get Wendy off the show. For whatever reason, I don't understand. I will say, I do think they were absolutely mad again because they could not beat her in like verbally, right? But to take it to the next season and still harbor all, I'm like, Wendy did not say or do anything worse than what has been said or done to you on this show. Wendy and Candace have not done anything on this show that could ever top or match what Ashley has done to both Gizelle and Robin. I don't understand why they are so mad at Wendy and Candace. I don't get it. One could assume, but we're not going to assume. We're not, what the child? I was like, what the hell happened to my notes? Anyway, um, Ashley, since we're talking about her, I will say, no matter how evil that woman is, I think she's still great for this show because Ashley, in my opinion, is the perfect reality TV star. She knows what to do for the cameras. She knows how to move a story along, and she knows how to stir up drama, but then get out of the drama and move forward to the next scene or the next season. She is a stellar housewife, which is why her and Karen will always be asked back. Giselle, I feel like Giselle is going into a dark place. So I don't know. I feel like your casting is in jeopardy this season. You and Robin, I don't know, girl. I don't know. I'm scared for y'all. I don't think Mia's coming back, but for y'all too, I'm scared. But I think that she's a stellar housewife because here in this scene, she sees where this is going, right? Robin and Giselle are too far gone, right? Their lack of melanin has clouded how this is going to work out for them in the end, right? But Ashley sees it, right? So Giselle and Robin is saying, oh, Mia was right. Mia was right. Wendy was antagonizing. Robin is filming everything, antagonizing Wendy and saying, this is why you do, this is why this happens to you because of what you're doing while filming her and making fun of this woman. Ashley says, I like Mia, but I didn't like that. That was wrong. And then Giselle tries to defend her, and Ashley's like, no, but that was wrong. That was wrong. So she leaves to go check on Wendy, while Robin and Giselle are sitting there and defending Mia for her violence, but they did not have that same energy for Monique 2 years ago. I wonder why, right? So Ashley goes and checks on Wendy and makes sure she's okay. And then the following day, she's still like, I don't like what Mia did. And I don't like how people are treating her. And I think that was one of the smartest things that she could have done, right? Because if she sat there and said, oh, well, I do think that Wendy has a lot of mouth, and I do think that what Wendy did was warranted, she would be getting the same heat, if not more, than what Robin and Mia and Giselle are getting. She would be getting that same heat. And I think she had the wisdom to see that this was going in a place that was not going to work in her favor if she aligned herself with the rest of the Alabaster Demons on that show. Smart. I think she makes great decisions. I really, really do. I think that she has been playing along with this storyline with her and Gollum for seasons. I think, like I have always said, that I felt like that marriage was open. I think that all the rumors and all the stuff that these ladies bring to the show, I think she already knew, because I think that they just have an understanding. So it was never shocking to her. That's why she never shed a tear. That's why she never fell apart, because that was her relationship from jump. And I think she allowed it to play out in the cameras because this is her job. A smart woman, a stellar housewife, and I think her check is always going to be safe and secure at Bravo. Even though she's an evil little something, a stellar housewife, I will give her that, because this lady has been able to survive season after season with no alliances, and she has come after everybody, and she is still standing. A stellar housewife. So the next day, right? The only person who knows where Wendy is Jacqueline. Why does she know Wendy's whereabouts? That was so weird to me. All the ladies, like Robin is like, well, where is she? And Jacqueline's like, well, she got a hotel. Yeah, she's going to stay there for a while, and then she's going to maybe, come around everybody. But I told Mia that she can't come back. Who are you, and why do you have all this information? No shade, but it's very weird to me that a day player knows where a main cast member is, but not the other main cast members. That was very weird to me. And I didn't see, maybe Wendy did have a discussion with Jacqueline. I don't know. But that was just so weird to me that Jacqueline knew her whereabouts and nobody else did. Very weird. Speaking of Jacqueline, Mia's not your friend. Mia's not your friend. I don't know if maybe you're going along with this because you think your friend is playing a character for the show. But honey, are you watching the confessionals? Ooh, child, she is not your friend. Why does it always take a trip? Why does it always take a trip for you to find out who your homegirl is or isn't? A mess. A mess. So Candace finally shows up to the trip, and she also gets emotional because Wendy is her friend, and she hates the fact that Wendy was assaulted. She had to leave. She left and went to another hotel, and everybody is having a good time, acting like what happened to her was warranted and not caring about the fact that she was upset. So this, allowed for Candace and Ashley to have a little conversation. And then Karen came in, and Karen was like, "I didn't like that either, and I want to see Wendy, and I want Wendy to be a part of everything." So they call Wendy, and Wendy's like, "I've been crying all night." That just, turns Candace up a bit more because she just doesn't like that. Because I hate this. I hate this. But unfortunately, this is, how it is for those of us who are darker in the Black community. Wendy and Candace may have never been friends, may have never been buddies, but their trauma due to the color of their skin within their own community has bonded them. Has bonded them. They have become so close because of color, like a friendship built up of colorism. Ain't that a shame? Because Candace is very emotional because she knows how that feels. Everybody else is sitting pretty because they don't deal with that. But she knows how that feels. And she was saying that it's also very triggering because everybody is acting like what Mia did was right. And she was just like, that's how I felt when, everybody was acting like what Monique did to me was right. And nobody defended me, right? But when they did defend me, it was just to get Monique out, because as soon as the Monique got out, they went back to not liking me. So I get where she was coming from, but I just felt so bad. I was just like, man, they probably would have never been friends or met, not close like this, but freaking colorism has bonded them. Woo, child. Um, Anyway, so Karen decides to go to Mia, and she's just like, listen, I want Wendy to be a part of this. And then Mia's just like, well, I don't want her to be. So you can go do the lunch with her. We'll go do breakfast, and then we'll come together later for your birthday, right? But Mia didn't really feel like that. She didn't really mean that because she felt some sort of way that Karen was going to see Wendy. She felt like Karen was picking a side. I wanted to talk about this scene because Mia says something, and I was just like, she absolutely has to go. If this lady remains on the show, Potomac will become a free for all of violence at this point, because Mia then says to Karen, if you bring her, she said, if you bring her, I will not be peaceful. What does that mean? What does that mean? So if Karen brings Wendy to your birthday dinner, to her birthday dinner, what are you going to do? She cannot remain on that show. If she remains on that show, Potomac is just okay. Then just expect fights every season. Just expect physical violence every season. Because what does that mean? You don't feel no remorse. You threw a drink at that woman. You hit her with your purse, or you tried to hit her with your purse. And now you're threatening more violence if you see her. Child, these classy, wealthy women got a way about them, don't they? Let's move on. So after this, Mia sits with it, right? She's upset that Karen is going, but then she realizes that Ashley and Candace also wanted to leave to go check on Wendy to see how she is doing, right? And this is a production thing that I want to talk about. These ladies do this often. When they do not like somebody, they all get together and they isolate that person from the show. And what they're doing is building a show without that person to let the show and the audience know that this person is not somebody that is valuable to the cast, because you don't miss them because we're all together and you're still watching, right? They also do this to cut into that woman's check, because everybody gets paid for each episode. Now, you might get $250,000. You might sign your deal for $250,000 for the season, right? But you only get that if you are guaranteed to be in each episode, even if it's a flashback. You know what I mean? But if you're not in that episode, you don't get paid for that episode because they're not going to pay you for a day that you didn't work. Like, editing changes how people get paid in the end. So when you're isolating people out of scenes, you are being extremely financially vindictive to this person. So I think that Mia took that as disrespect, because what's now happening is either the show is going to film her scenes, or they're going to split scenes and they're going to figure out what is going to be on what episode. So her or her and Robin and Giselle or whatever have not been successful in isolating them. So I think she's set with that, and she felt some sort of way, right? Because there was no reason for her to go to Candace and Ashley and say, "Oh, you can't stay here anymore because you didn't tell me that you were going to go see Wendy." I felt like it was more to that. I felt like she felt betrayed that they were going to go see her because now the show is not just filming 2 cast members, they're filming 4. So they're guaranteed to get some camera time, right? Because normally they might, just have Karen talk about her meeting with Wendy. But now you got Ashley and Candace, the turn up queens, going to go sit down with Wendy. You're going to follow them because they are people who trend every episode. So, so I think she felt slighted by that and she decided to kick them out. I was not expecting for Ashley and Candace to join together and collectively drag Mia's feet. Listen, apparently this woman got big feet because they both were tag teaming on a woman's on Mia's feet. I will say this: it's so disappointing that Ashley just can't get her act together because I feel like her and Candace would be a dynamic duo. I really feel like if Ashley just turns down her demonic behavior, her and Candace can absolutely be the next Giselle and Karen. They could be the next generation of Potomac, but I feel like it's on Ashley. I think that Candace is always ready to move forward, but Ashley always takes 1,000 steps back. But that's on her. I still think she's a stellar housewife, but I feel like her relationship with Candace is a thorn in her side. I feel like she needs to fix that to go to greatness. I also liked how Candace and Ashley were like, "You're not throwing us out. We'll be staying there." How you gonna tell that lady? She said, "I do not want you staying in the place that I am paying for." And they were like, "No, we're staying." So that didn't work. Pump your chest all you want. We will be staying there. But if I was them, I would have got the hotel where Wendy was staying because why the hell do y'all want to stay in that dilapidated mansion with not enough bathrooms? Girl, bye. I would have stayed in a nice little hotel with Wendy. I got 2 more things to talk about, and then we can get out of here. I should have talked about this earlier, but I wanted to talk about how Robin and Giselle, like I said earlier, I should have put this together. How they do not have loyalty with anyone until they want to get somebody out of the show. Here's why I say that. Because in this scene where they're all on the beach, because the group is split up now, Karen, Ashley, and Candace are hanging out with Wendy, checking in on her, and then we have the rest of the ladies on the beach. And Robin is just like, "I don't see any cancer lumps on Mia's behind." Right? I don't see anything on her behind. And then later in her confessional, the producer is just like, why are you siding with Mia over Wendy? And Robin is like, "Because I don't like Wendy." There it is. There it is. There it is. Thank you for exposing yourself because we all knew it. We just needed you to say it. You don't like Wendy. So no matter what she does, it will never be right. And you will, even if you don't like the person, you will side with them against her because you do not like her. Because if Mia is your girl, right? If you're riding for her, if you think that what Wendy did to Mia was so wrong, that's your girl. Why are you going to in your same confessional talk about how you don't see no cancer lumps on her behind? So back to calling her a liar about her cancer scare. But I thought that was your girl. No, that's your girl because you want to get Wendy off the show. Evil. Evil. And I just, you know what? I know you guys would not agree with me, but I do kind of feel bad for the woman because I don't think she went into this season knowing that this is how the fan base will perceive her. She has turned off comments on everything. She ain't been on that Twitter since the show started airing. I don't think she expected this. I do not think she expected this at all. And I think it's only going to get worse from here, Robin. I think the edit on you is awful this season. And this is not even the tip of the iceberg. I think it's going to get worse for you. Yikes. Good for Giselle. Good for Giselle, because if you did not step into the awful category, it would have been her season. It would have been her season. Candace got Trina on her track. I love that. I love that. That's a huge thing for independent artists to get a superstar like Trina to like solidify your track. Like that's going to be instant radio plays. Like that's going to be instant spins. That's instant payola for Candace. Congrats to her. I'm telling you, I feel like she has a career outside of this. I feel like out of everybody on this show, I think that Candace is going to eat. I think that everybody else will need this show for forever. I don't think Candace will. And I think she knows that. I think she knows that. That's all I want to talk about for that, right? One last thing, and then we'll get into two other things. So, another thing that I noticed with Mia this episode, because Karen does not align with her views or whatever, how she has treated Wendy, she decides to be petty and say, "Oh well, I'm not going to host your birthday dinner." Since you want to pick sides, since you want to pick Wendy's side, I'm not going to host your dinner because I think that that's so rude for you to take her side when I'm hosting all of this stuff for you. Let's be real, Mia. You were never hosting anything for Karen. This was just a storyline for you all to come together and have a girls' trip. And Karen knows that because none of this stuff that was done on this trip was for her birthday. None of it. So she's very aware of what this is. And Karen was just like, okay, I don't care. Karen was like, I want Wendy to come to my birthday dinner. If you don't want to host it, it's fine. I'm still going to have it. Wake up, Mia. Wake up. And Jacqueline is sitting there defending Mia. I will say this. I think you're defending her because you have not seen the footage. You have not seen the confessionals. But I feel like even if you didn't see the confessionals, she was still embarrassing you to your face on camera. Where, because Mia is that friend to me who acts brand new in front of company. You know what I mean? She acts, especially in front of company that she wants to gain something from, right? You'll be her bestie, but then if she gets around somebody like, Beyonce or Oprah or whatever, all of a sudden you become her assistant. All of a sudden she throws you her keys and tells you to get her car. And because you're her friend and you know what she's doing, you'll allow that, right? But Jacqueline, how long are you going to allow her to embarrass you? How long? Wake up, Jacqueline. Since we're here, let's get into Mia backtracking on Twitter. So y'all have done the thing, okay? And y'all made Mia delete her. I think she deleted her Instagram too, but I know she deleted that Twitter because you cannot find her anywhere. And then she came on. She said she reactivated to apologize to Wendy. So I think she knows. I think she knows this may be it for her. This may be it for her. And unfortunately, she needs this check. She needs this check. So let me talk about this. Wendy says, Mia says, let me take this off. She said, reactivated to say, my actions towards Wendy was intolerable. It's unfortunate that you will all attack my family, friends, and my business based on an edited TV show. Isn't it always a TV show? Isn't it always reality TV when they do something wrong? Girl, bye. While I was committed to drama and entertainment, I must do what's best for the brand and partners. Much love, Mia. Please stop it. It's always an edited TV show when you do something awful. Any other time, it's my real life. I allowed the Bravo cameras to come in and film my real life. But when you do something wrong, it's an edited TV show and it's a storyline, or it's giving you an idea of who I am, but that's a character. That's not who I am. That's a character I play. When it never suits you, when all of a sudden the reality TV show doesn't suit you, it becomes something beneath you. Please. Then she also said, I take full accountability because y'all got her together. After that, y'all were just like, absolutely not. We are not going to come on here and say that you are being attacked and your family and all. Keep your family out of it. Take accountability for what you did. So she then responded and said, I take full accountability. I was wrong. No one deserves to be treated with disrespect. I'm sorry. I let you all down. They never saw this coming. They never saw. Y'all thought y'all can pick on Socks or Wincy because y'all thought she wasn't protected. Ha! My, how the tables turn. Let's talk about the tables turning on Robin. Robin said she did an interview about what was happening, and she has now taken a different stance. But girl, I feel like it's gonna get worse for her. She said, I think this was with People Magazine. She said, I don't know the entire story, but I applaud, and this is from the Peach Report. They did a screen grab, and I got that screen grab from them. She said, I don't know the entire story, but I applaud Wendy for not getting physical as I did after I was hit in the face. Oh no, I'm sorry. This is Monique. I thought I had Robin's statement. Hold on. But we'll read about hold on. I think it was with the Today Show, but we'll still read this. This is from Monique. Monique said, I don't know the entire story, but I applaud Wendy for not getting physical after I was hit in the face with a glass. Lies, she said exclusively to THNT. She had every reason to defend herself after being splashed in the face and then apparently hit with a purse, and she chose to use her words instead. During Mia Thornton and Wendy O'Supple's altercation, Wendy name dropped Monique to call out Giselle Bryant's hypocrisy of condoning violence in this situation, but condemning Monique for her fight against Candace Dillard in season 5. Monique claims that though she doesn't watch the show, she's not surprised at some ladies' actions. She says that she applauds Wendy for keeping her composure, but she told her at the season 5 reunion that she would be next for ridicule, and lo and behold, she was 100% correct. One thing Wendy said to me back then at Karen's home was that she would never get physical. She would use her words. Clearly, she lived up to that statement in this moment. I told her at the season 5 reunion she and her family would be next. The hate with some of those women is not for the camera. They're real life miserable. One thing Wendy should understand is that it's not about her actions or lack thereof. She could have sat there quietly and they still would have found reason to ice her out. The same ladies who told me words or even antagonizing someone is not grounds for getting physical are defending a person who got physical over Peter Thomas. LOL, just wow. Peter always catching strays, ain't he? Andy, you and Nene need to fix this. Y'all need to fix this. She needs to be back on the show. Portia needs to be back on the show. There is so much stuff happening with these ladies off the show. And you're going to give us this dry season with people nobody cares about. No shade. Hold on. This is the one I found the article. So sorry. This is what I wanted to talk about, Robin's statement. And this was with the Today Show. She says, Robin Dixon tells today.com, I don't want to downplay what Giselle was saying, but I know that Chris, and this is her speaking on the drama with Candace and Giselle, but I know that Chris didn't intentionally try to make her uncomfortable or he didn't have any intentions to do something bad, but I still think it's fair for Giselle to say, you know what, I was uncomfortable in that situation. I do agree with her concerning that, like, it is okay for for Giselle to say that she was uncomfortable. I think Giselle is doing a bit too much. Now let's get into what she said about Wendy after the fan base responded to Robin for how she was treating her. She said, Mia was wrong for throwing the drink. I wish she didn't do it. But my thing with Wendy was I really wanted her to stop because I didn't want her to do something that she would regret that jeopardized her job or reputation. We saw the footage. That is not what happens. She continues to say, I explained to her that you have more to lose than Mia. When I'm telling her you're being antagonistic, I'm telling her that because I'm saying you're going to make her do something that you don't want her to do because you don't want to be caught up in it. So that was my whole point. And I'm upset they didn't really express that. Who? The show? Now it's an edited reality TV show because you looked awful. Child, please. Now it's an edited reality. So they edited out all of that. They edited out you videotaping Wendy smiling. You were getting your life. While Mia is attacking her, you're filming her smiling, laughing, antagonizing her, saying, this is what you do. This is what you do. You always do this to people, Wendy, while she's going back and forth with Mia after Mia has tried to assault her twice. A mess. I'm happy that we can find, well, not we. I'm happy that you all can finally see it. Anyway, y'all been talking in here, so let's go. Y'all have been talking in here, so let me shut up. Let me shut up and let's get to the conversation at hand. Oh, I got some super chats. Let me check my super chats. Hold on. Somebody said the show was Mob Wives. Yes, that's what it's become. Okay, so I'm going to get to the super chats first, guys, and then I'll come back up and I'll get older comments. Okay, super chats, thank you. Thank you for the blessings. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. God is good and still on the throne. Hold on. We got this from Elise. Thank you, Elise. Cha-ching. Sorry, guys. Y'all have been doing a lot of conversing, and I just want to make sure I got all the super chats. Hey, make it make sense. Make it make sense, said Evelyn Lozada. I don't know why I was calling her Evelyn. Oh, because you're calling her Evelyn. Evelyn Lozada perfected the purse upside down the head. She did. She did. Listen, when she was good, she was great. When she was good, she was great. Thank you for the super chat. Make it make sense. Cha-ching. Thank you for the super chat. Dolce Delicious. Dolce Delicious said, wasn't it funny that no one said that Mia had too much to lose? The security guy only said that to Wendy. Because he knew what was up. He knew it was up. Thank you, Dolce Delicious. Cha-ching. I'll have my clicker next week, so we'll be back. We will be back to normal. All right. Oh my God, we are going to be talking in here, and I love it. Y'all have a lot to say. At the next live that I'll do, not the next live, the live after next, I'll do a call-in. Because I feel like we're going to have a lot to talk about, and I know I'm not going to be able to catch all these comments, so I'm going to just let y'all come up and say what y'all need to say. Tracy, thank you for the super chat. Cha-ching. Tracy said, this is an edited show. This means Mia was worse. Come on. And this is the better edited down version, Star Family. Oh my God, 522 in the chat and 143 likes. I love that so many people are in here. I have 530 are in the chat now. Can we get 530 likes, please? And thank you. Please and thank you. Thank you for the super chat, Tracy. Cha-ching. Busola, thank you for the super sticker. Cha-ching. Now let me get some older comments. Hey, Shed. Shed said Monique is so cuckoo. I don't know how people don't see it. It may be because she's so pretty. I will say that. I think Monique got pretty privilege because, girl, we got to be real. You are the problem in a lot of these situations. It's like you'll be having problems with everybody. At some point, you got to look at the woman in the mirror and figure out what you're doing. Because we're gonna talk about love and marriage, DC. I saw them promos too, and I said, maybe we're just getting started a little early and the rest of the cast couldn't film. Girl, at some point, and I'm waiting for Carlos to get his messy behind on his podcast and tell us what really happened. Hey, Chocolate Capricorn. Chocolate Capricorn said, bravo, please let Nikki be the host of All Potomac. Say never. He is never letting his baby go. Aye said, Mia and Rob continue to take straight bullets for Gizzy. These names, Wendy and Candace intimidate Mia, Rob and Gizzy, because they have class, a career, a successful marriages, all things they don't have. Listen. True. JG said no, because Karen straddles the fence. Did we forget how she told Candy to press charges, then acted clueless? Karen be playing the same Karen that said Wendy didn't have the look. True. Spice and Saul said, I don't like that Candace isn't calling out the Green Eyed Bandits in person, is only speaking up in confessionals into Karen and Ashley. I think it's because when it's Robin, is always Giselle, right? I think if she was going to talk to Robin, she would talk to her by herself. But I think she's keeping her distance from Giselle because she says she knows what she's doing. And she doesn't like the narrative that this woman is putting out there on this show that almost 1 million people watch every Sunday about her husband. So she's keeping her distance and not interacting with her. As you saw in this scene, she didn't say nothing to Giselle. Like, she is keeping her distance from that woman. And I don't think we'll ever get her saying anything to her until probably the reunion. Now, I think she's also now going to keep her distance from Robin, because now Robin is getting mad at her because Candace is not siding, but going to check on Wendy. Like, she's not mad at you, Robin, but she wanted to check on Wendy because Wendy was the one that was assaulted. You don't want her to go check on her because you don't like her? Y'all too old. I'm having such a headache. Like, y'all too old for this. Like, y'all are too old for this. And the thing about it is, they don't have to have drama. We have to be real. Potomac and especially Atlanta, we were watching y'all for comedy. Y'all did not need to fight. We love the little shady reads and all of that. When y'all started to get dark, I'm sorry, for me, that show got dark with Portia, Phaedra, and Candy, with that whole sex dungeon thing. And I don't think that show ever recovered. And I think because people who made that show what it was had to leave because, they just got unbearable. And then, Katie became uncomfortable filming with Phaedra, and then Needy got too big for her britches. When they left that formula, they just could not recover that comedic formula. And the thing about that is, I feel like production and the cast don't know that about themselves. I don't think that they know that we watch them for drama. Like, we watch them for comedy. If we wanted drama, we would watch Beverly Hills or Jersey, right? If we wanted something dark, we watch Jersey. But we always laugh with you guys. You guys were so much fun, and y'all have gotten so dark. It's just like, ugh. Who wants to tune into that every season? Y'all gotta lighten it up and get back to basics. Child, what the hell did I post? Oh, y'all going up for my garlic. I posted a garlic confit video on Instagram, and my God, today y'all loving that. God is good. Miss Brown Sugar said Monique is such a disappointment. Oh my God, the show could have recovered from that incident if Monique wasn't so prideful. I think so too. If Monique wasn't so prideful, that show could have absolutely recovered because Candace was ready to forgive her. Remember, I was like, Candace, don't forget that woman. She put her hands on you. I'm sorry. You can't put your hands on me and we can remain in the same room, because I'm always going to try to get my lick back. I'm always going to try to get my lick back, which is why I never understood why Stassi and that other girl, the girl that slept with Jax, the tall girl, was her name Katie? Katie, was it? Whatever. The one with the bob, right? Olive oil with the bob. I never understood how she became best friends with Stassi after that. That woman backhand slapped you on national TV and stood up because she was going to give you some more. And then seasons later, you're calling her your bestie? Never in my life. Never in my life. You are not putting your hands on me and we're reconciling. Never. We will never be friends. I'll forgive you because I got to do that for me and move on. But we will never be friends. We will never. I don't care if we're 80. If I see you on the local Pathmark, I'm throwing hands. Because how dare you put your hands on me and I ain't get my lick back? Ciao. Anyway, in the first instance, Monique wasn't so prideful in the first instance and hadn't been spreading disinformation for months before air. Months, years. She is still saying that Candace threw a glass at her. Was none of us there? Was the footage edited? Like, what happened? Because she is seeing something completely different. And let me tell you something. Chris, I know you love your wife, but at some point, you got to tell her, you got to get it together. We're losing everything. She said she's done with reality TV. And I think for her sake, that's good. I think she just needs to stay off of reality TV because, girl, you're going to have to be accountable for the things you do. Tiny said, but remember, at the moment, she thought Candace hit her because Giselle was busy shoving her in all that mess. That is true. I will say that. I don't know why she's now saying it was the wine glass thing that escalated it. I will say that. I will give you that. I do remember that. And she still don't have the same amount of heat for Giselle that she got for Candace. Child, Blue Jay said, I think Ashley moving different because she got accused of colorism and she acknowledged that fact, so she has to live smartly to me. Plus, I don't know why the green-eyed people can't move on. I don't get it either. I'm like, y'all are loving this video. Thank you. I want to tag my videos with garlic from here on out. Stephanie, I just saw it. Sorry, I have my notifications on silent because this phone is blowing up. Stephanie said, sent me $50 for Happy Holidays on Cash App. Thank you so much. Thank you. Cha-ching. Thank you so much. Yeah, I don't know why they can't move on. I don't get it. I do not get it. Emma said, Bigfoot Lion, Mike got some nerves. She wants someone to uphold her in the wrong. She is a bully and a hypocrite. I think she wants that because Jacqueline does that, right? Jacqueline is riding with her friend. I will say, when Jacqueline is not, let's replace Mia with Jacqueline. I liked how Jacqueline was speaking because Jacqueline was taught when Jacqueline is not with Mia, she talked like she has some sense and a backbone. But when she is with Mia, just a big, at your big age, you're a flunky. Absolutely not. I feel like after 16, you just can't be a flunky anymore. Like you just can't. You just can't. And I get it if you are still a flunky after the age of 16, but when your brain fully develops, you gotta get out of being a flunky. I don't understand that. I don't understand it. Y'all in your 40s, 50s, and 60s, and y'all flunkies, who is this? Oh, that's the lawn blower guy. I'm like, moving my patio furniture. Anyway, thank you, African Rum Punch. Happy holidays to you as well. Daphne said Robin has been trending for nothing but negativity, but okay, ciao. I went to that Twitter. Mama ain't tweet nothing. You go to the Instagram, comments are turned off. When you turn off your comments, that means you are getting lit up. Girl, you went too far this season. You went too far this season. Aye said the most tragic thing about this episode is the Green-Eyed Bandits pumped up Mia to the point where not only did she think she was justified, but Mia also is out believing she's a boss. Yep, they did the same thing to Monique. The same thing to Monique. Listen, they have a formula and it works. It works. Hey, Helena. Helena said, Wendy is too classy and pretty to fight. I hate it when people start physical altercations with folks who clearly do not do that kind of stuff. Who is Mia bum rushing next? The Grand Dame, Charisse, Messy. Oh, she would never do that to Charisse. You see them arms? Oh, Charisse going to give it back to her. She knows who to do that to. She knows who to do that to because Wendy was the person who said, I don't do that. I'm not going to fight like that. I'm going to fight with my words. So she knows who, and she knows that Wendy has a lot to lose, right? Like the producer said, Wendy is a professor at Johns Hopkins University. Mia knows she's not going to put her hands on her. But Wendy, who's supposed to be, I'm the only Black woman sitting on a council with all of these white, not anymore. Not anymore. Lord, let me tell you something. Lizzo and Wendy and Candace, what's y'all prayer? What is y'all prayer life like? Because let me tell you something. The weapons may form, but they never prosper. They never prosper. Yasmin said the core Potomac cast is solid. Mia is a liability. I absolutely agree. And I don't see her coming back. But they are not getting rid of anyone else, no matter if they are trending for positive or negative reasons. I agree too. But this is the first season where I felt like Giselle was in jeopardy. But then along came Robin. Oh, Giselle, Robin saved you. She stay saving you, stay taking bullets for you. And you'll never take a bullet for her because Giselle will switch up quick. You saw how she was switching up on Ashley because Ashley was siding with Wendy, or not siding, but thinking that what they did to Wendy was wrong. All of a sudden, she's in her confessional talk about Ashley ain't got no sense. Now she don't got no sense. Okay. Hey, Yolanda. Yolanda said, I think the trifling hypocritical green-eyed bandits are playing Mia. Absolutely. Hyping her up to take out Wendy. This will backfire. They'll turn on her if she remains on the show. Yep. Hey, My Opinion Only. My Opinion Only said, how did Wendy get a hotel room when Mia just told Charisse there were no rooms available when she wanted to leave? Because I think that Wendy didn't get it. I think production got it. She told production, and they had to. And an employee assaulted her. They had to get her a hotel. She was just like, I'm not going back there. I'm not going back there. And I also think that if Sharice wanted to get a room, she could have got a room. Like if she wanted to get a room, she could have got a room. But I think Sharice didn't want to pay what the available rooms were. Because if Miami is sold out of rooms, that means the ones that are available, you got to drop some coin. And I don't think Sharice wanted to do that. Especially as a day player. Ciao. She didn't want to get it on her dime. She did not want to get it on her dime. Because I'm just like, if you're a boss and you got money like that, if you want to get a room, you're going to get a room. Like there's no room that's not available to you. Especially when you got coin, there's nothing that's not available to you. Nothing. But if you don't want to spend it, I see you staying in that dilapidated mansion another day. Jade said, oh, where is it? Sorry, guys, the comments are going so fast. I'm trying to get everybody. Jade said, OMG, that's naturally they didn't jump when Wendy was tried because they don't like her. If someone you didn't care for that came for you was disrespected, you wouldn't care nor defend them either. Like, please be for real. True, I get that. I absolutely let me read that again. OMG, that's natural. They didn't jump when Wendy was tried because they don't like her. If someone you don't care for came for you was disrespected, you wouldn't care nor defend them either. Like, please be for real. I honestly get that, right? But the thing is, they contradict themselves when they say that violence is not the answer, but it's the answer for people we don't like. So people can absolutely call that out. Yeah, she has a great voice. I like her acting career more. I think that will take her farther than singing, but I think that singing is her passion. But I think she can blend the both. I think she can blend both of them. I honestly think she needs to go the musical route. The TV musical route, the holiday musical route. Girl, talk about coin. Hey, Kai. Kai said Candace even was a presenter at the African Music Awards and is going to almost every music event. She really is playing the housewife game to the utmost. Guys, listen, she is. I'm so proud of her. But when you brought up African Music Awards, I thought about Swanky. Swanky, I can't talk about it because I don't have the time. I got to get out of here. But I'm telling you, I don't know if it's going to be Thursday or Friday, but we got to talk about that wedding. We got to talk about that wedding. I'm so mad that the Bravo cameras was not there, but Swanky designed everything. Swanky from Young, Famous, and African. Ciao. We got to talk about that wedding. Hey, Abel. Abel Ray said, I would have stayed in that musty domain out of spite, of course. And producers did me and us dirty by not censor. Oh, gosh. Yeah, it was a lot going on there. But you know what? What people do to their face, it's their business. Realities, TV Brown Girl Perspective said, hey, Nikki, my YouTube mentor. Oh, Brittany. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much for being here. Hey, Budgets and Weights said, throw a vodka martini and hit me with a purse. I can't promise I'm not going to contain the urge to not go Winter Soldier. Period. Listen, Mia would have never got to the purse. She would have never got to the purse. Absolute drink. Especially what she sipped out of that thing and then threw it. You spit on me. It's over. It's over for you. Let's go. Let me get some. Oh, wait. Shoot. I saw Simply Simone. I just saw your comment. But these freaking the comments like updated on me. Hey, there it is. Simply Simone said there is definitely going to be an overhaul on Potomac. Mia and Robin are done. I don't think that Robin is done. If anything, Robin might be dropped down to a friend of the show, but I don't think she's done. I think they're going to keep her on because, Giselle is going to need a protector. And I think they'll keep her on for that. Like, no shade, but Robin doesn't bring anything to the show. You know what I mean? And Robin is no shade. I'm talking about what each character brings to the show. You have a great dynamic with Giselle, and that is her protector. And so I think that is what you come on the show as, because the show, like at this point, what have we focused on in your life, right? But you are a great duo with Giselle. So I think they're going to continue to bring her on. She might drop down to friend of the show, but I don't think so. I do not think so. I think they're all safe, to be quite honest with you, except for Mia. Jacqueline may be back. Jacqueline may be back. Hey, Chocolate Capricorn. Chocolate Capricorn said, I noticed people not liking Monique as much. They finally woke up after Love and Marriage DC. I'm gonna tell you right now, I think that was a turning point for a lot of people because a lot of her fan base was writing for her, and then when this Love and Marriage DC thing happened, they were just like, "Now, Monique, come on." Now, how many times are we gonna have to defend you? At some point, you gotta say it's you. But I will say she talked about some contract stuff, and I got it. But I think that reality TV is just not for her, especially if it's not on her terms, right? I think she needs a contract that the Kardashians have. But you got to get to that point. Hey, Nadi. Nadi said, did anyone see the Watch What Happens live clip where Andy calls out Rob about not getting married and moving forward with plans? She tried to do you got to see what happens. And he was like, send it to me. Send it to me. Yes. Hi, it's me. I'm the problem. It's me. Monique, listen to that on repeat and get healed. Get healed. Put down them oils and pick up some Taylor Swift. Pick up some Taylor Swift, please. Hey, Angel. Angel said, yeah, she goes hard on Ashley, rightfully so, but she backs down with naked ash and ankles. Naked ankles. What are we talking about? Whose ankles? Oh my God, Giselle. Angel. Ooh, yes, I caught that, Trina, carrying her out, and she broke her nails because she was trying to get to that woman. She broke her nails pulling at security because she was trying to get to Wendy. She got to go. She has got to go. Asatu, hey, my love, thank you for the super chat. Ching, ching. Asatu said, seen the sneak peek. Oh, that's my time. Gotta go. But I'll stay on for a few more minutes. Satu said, seen the sneak peek of Ric Flair trying to, y'all got so many names for Mia, trying to expose Candace, calling the group fake. But did she lie? Because, and this is the thing, Robin, this is how nasty you look this season or are being this season. Because just because Candace did not, she didn't do anything wrong. She just went to go check on Wendy. Just because she did that, you decided to pull this stunt the next day. So did you really like her? Like, I don't know what's happening. I do not know what's like that because she just went to go check on Wendy, that made you do that to her. Why do you hate Wendy? I don't understand. I don't understand. I just do not get it. BLK Intellect said, me too. I'm going to script every time. Home Goods, Marshalls, Pathmark, Acme, Ross. Yeah, I do Ross for the I had to check. I do Ross for the holiday stuff. The holiday decor. Ross is that girl. But I'm going to see you. I'm going to see Ralph's, Vons, Publix. Am I going to fight you in the South? It depends. Because the laws is different down there. I think I'm only throwing hands in the North. The laws is different. I might use my words. You know what? That's an open carry state. Absolutely not. No, I'm not doing nothing in the South. I'm going to use my words in the South. Let me tell you something. My road rage is cured in Atlanta. You're not shooting me. Yasmin said, people forget that it wasn't just a fight that made them all hate Monique. She literally tried to and somewhat succeeded in spinning the story right after the fight and turned the entire viewership. True. Very, very true. Hey, Betty Jean Coleman. Betty Jean said, I think the distinction Monique is making that people are looking over, which is nitpicking, is that she did not ball up her fist and throw a punch until the glass and wine hit her face. That's such a weird distinction because at that point she had Candace's wig. Imagine that girl's hand on the table. Candace was picking up anything. I think at some point she had somebody's scarf. Wasn't she choking somebody? Child. The thing about it is, Monique is so good for reality TV because she's so freaking delusional. I just think she just takes things too seriously. If she would just chill out, she'd be great. She'd be great for reality TV. But she just takes it all so seriously. Like, girl, go on TV, have fun, get your check and go, promote your business. Like, it's supposed to be a commercial. It's supposed to be a commercial for whatever you were trying to hawk to the audience, but you just take it so seriously, and it does not have to be that. It does not have to be that. Thank you, sis. My sister said, "Hey, Star family, thank you for supporting NikkiStar and NikkiStar at Home." Yes, thank you for supporting my other channel, NikkiStar at Home. I'm putting up a video later today on that channel as well. Period, Natash. Who are you? I told her, yeah, you're not letting her back in the house. You're a day player. You will be put out of the house before Wendy. Know your place. Know your place. Oh, chop. Okay, guys, I got to get out of here. So I'm going to get these last super chats, and then I'm going to try to get 2 more comments, and I got to go. But I love it. I love it. We're going to have more time moving forward, because after this, I'm in vacation mode. So we're going to have more time. Naturally Mar, thank you so much for the super chat. Cha-ching! Naturally Mar said, Robin needs to stop worrying about Wendy and tend to the reason why Juan Dixon is not here. If Wendy should bring up Juan's... Oh! Wendy, don't do it. Wendy, don't do it. Don't get in the gutter with her. Don't do it, Dr. Wendy. Leave that to... Who would do it? Karen. Leave that to Karen. Thank you, Naturally Mar, for the super chat. Cha-ching. Thank you, sis. My sis said happy. Oh, thank you. Happy early birthday, NikkiStar. December 5th is your day, period. Am I going to be doing a... Oh, shoot. Yeah, I'm probably going... Yeah. We're going to do a birthday live next week. Let's go. Let's go. Drewski said, okay, I'm back. And I agree, Nikki. It's not that they don't like her, but they're hypocrites. You can dislike someone, but still stand on your morals and principles if you really believe in them, period. Like, you can't say this does not apply, but then it does apply when you don't like the person. You can't do that. Jacqueline's big sister's on YouTube spilling Mia's tea. The YouTube name is TIK Talks. I think one of y'all said that to me. We gonna get into it. I'm gonna bookmark this for next week. TIK Talks. Child, my birthday live is gonna be so messy. Oh well. Oh well. TIK Talks. Right? Okay, I got it. All right, let me get... we are in here. Who haven't I called on? Daphne said, all I said was, your Robert's spam account, it got you riled up. Who we talking about? Did you get blocked by Robin for saying that? Oh no, come on, y'all, don't fight. No. Come on, Jade and Daphne, we's a family. Come on, no, come on, y'all. Not over here. We love each other. Hey, Daryl. Daryl said, hi, Nikki. I missed you too. So the Green-Eyed Goblins were acting super cringy on the beach. Where's your boundaries? They don't have it for people they don't like. For people they don't like. She got 2 kids. D said, all these heifers been Karens. Even she has. And you know, I used to love me some Grand Dame, but she just acting real weird. Yes! Come on, Sage! It's our season! Yes, Onyx. Thank you for sending that to me. I'm going to watch it. I bookmarked that. I'm going to check that out. Oh, do it. Listen, I'm going to probably do a live tomorrow and Friday. I just don't know what time, but I have more time now to do more lives. So I'm probably going to do a reality TV chat to talk about some things. Or maybe, should I do like a pop culture thing? Because there's just so much stuff happening outside of these I may do something like that. We'll see. We'll try some new stuff out this week. So yeah, if y'all have anything, send it to me so we can talk about it. Hey, is it Kia Bell Sports? Second, someone tell me why it's Karen's responsibility to make sure the group is right. And why do they keep on saying only water was thrown? Did y'all miss the person? Oh, it was water in that goblet? Oh, well, either way, her saliva was in that drink. Either way. I will say this. I think that maybe they're looking to Karen because she's the oldest, but I don't get that. I don't get that. I do not get. Oh, the Sagittarius in the building. Yes. Yeah, oh, we all gonna have a party. We all gonna have a party. I know that's right. It's Sag season. Yeah. Oh, come, guys. So come Monday. We're gonna have a whole party. We're gonna have a party on Monday. So come to that live. We're gonna have a good time. We're gonna have a good time. Oh, thank you for being back, Alana. I get it. You know, I take a break from some of my YouTubers too, but I come back. I always come back. So thank you, Alana. Welcome home, sis. Welcome home. All right, family. I'm going to end right here with Tracy. Tracy said, Star family, please like, comment, subscribe, and share because you care. And hit that notification. Yes, family, please hit that notification bell. I'm going to put up some lives for you for the rest of the week. And then Monday, we're going to have our birthday live. But I want to do some more stuff. But let me just get through this last show of the year, please. Thank you. Let me get out of here. I love y'all. I've had such a great time. I wish that I could stay longer, but I gotta go. I'll see you tomorrow. I don't know which time. Let me get my schedule together, but I will see you then. Love y'all. Thank you for joining me. Welcome back, Alana. Bye. Having a party. I should get some balloons.